been a lucky man. Nothing in my life has been easy. Humanity has always sacrificed some happiness for a little security. Repressed emotions will never die. They are buried alive and will come out in the worst way. We have a predisposition to consider unpleasant ideas as uncertain, then we seek arguments against them. We are what we are because we have been what we have been. Tradition is the excuse for lazy minds that refuse to adapt to change. Most people don't want freedom because this implies responsibility, and responsibility is scary. People usually use false standards to measure. They look and admire power, success, and wealth, but they underestimate the true values of life. People live the present with a certain naivety without considering exactly its contents. One day, in retrospect, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful. Envy is destructive. Don't be tempted by it. Live by your own rules. The interpretation of dreams is the royal road to a knowledge of the unconscious activities of the mind. The ego is not master in its own house. One day, in retrospect, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful. Being entirely honest with oneself is a good exercise. The voice of the intellect is a soft one, but it does not rest until it has gained a hearing. Unexpressed emotions will never die. They are buried alive and will come forth later in uglier ways. When you have insight, you see your thoughts and feelings from the outside, not as part of yourself. Men are more moral than they think and far more immoral than they can imagine. The more the fruits of knowledge become accessible to men, the more widespread is the decline of religious belief. A man should not strive to eliminate his complexes, but to get into accord with them. They are legitimately what directs his conduct in the world. Love in the form of longing and deprivation lowers the self-regard. The more perfect a person is on the outside, the more demons they have on the inside. Where such men love, they have no desire, and where they desire, they cannot love. He who knows how to wait need make no concessions. The weakness of my position does not imply a strengthening of yours. For there is a way back from imagination to reality, and that is art. Human life should not be considered as the proper material for wild experiments. With words, words, one man can make another blessed or drive him to despair. Human's intrinsic nature manifest in its misunderstandings. We can never give up. We only exchange one thing for another. Depression is a frozen fear. The first indication of stupidity is a complete lack of shame. From error to error, one discovers the entire truth. When one does not have what one wants, one must want what one has. If youth knew, if age could. Friendship is an art of keeping distance, while love is an art of intimacy. The best is always the enemy of the good. A husband is almost always only a substitute for the beloved man, and not this man himself. Limitation in the possibility of enjoyment raises the value of the enjoyment. Happiness is a child's dream, fulfilled in maturity. Every normal person is really only partly normal. Words have a magical power. They can bring either the greatest happiness or the deepest despair. We are never so defenseless as when we love, and never so helplessly unhappy as when we lose the object of love or his love.